Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So an increase for all Social Security beneficiaries is right around the corner. I'm sure you've heard all about it, but you're probably wondering why exactly have I not yet received my increase. So we're going to be going over when you can expect to receive your increase, whether you're receiving Social Security retirement benefits, SSI or SSDI. We're going to be going over all those payment dates and when you can expect to receive that increase. Plus, what is a GOP frontrunner for the 2024 election and former President Donald Trump saying about what he would do to Social Security if he is elected? Also, what is Nikki Haley saying? We're going to be going over what both are saying and both of their plans in regards to Social Security benefits. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Also, if you would like to receive a few free stocks in a pinned comment below as well as in the description box, I will be leaving a few different links where you can receive just that. And with Webull right now for the month of December, if you open up an account and deposit at least 1 penny, you will be receiving 20 free stocks. Each stock is going to be worth at least $3, possibly even more than that. So that's going to be $60 in free stocks. And if you don't want to invest at this point in time, all you have to do once you receive those stocks is just sell them for what they're worth, which once again, going to be at least $60. And then you can transfer these $60 or possibly more right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into the main content of today's video, we're first going to be going over the plans for Donald Trump and Nikki Haley if they are elected as the president in 2024, as far as saving Social Security goes. So as we all know, in the next 10 years, if nothing is done about the program, unfortunately, there are going to be cuts of 20 to 25% across the board. That means that if you're receiving a $1,000 benefit, your benefit is going to be cut down to right around $750 to $800, something that we definitely can't happen. So we're going to start out with Donald Trump's plans. An interesting one he just mentioned last night. So former President Donald Trump rejected assertions that he'll have to make changes to Social Security if he wins in 2024 because America is sitting on a pot of gold. Social Security's future has been called into question for years given the significant costs associated with the program. The fund has been dipping into reserves when the revenue it collects falls short of the amount it pays out, and is projected to dry up in 2033 if no action is taken. During Tuesday's town hall with Fox News' Sean Hannity, Trump criticized Governor Ron DeSantis and former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley for their plans for Social Security reform. He said, quote, "You don't have to touch Social Security. We have money laying in the ground far greater than anything we can do by hurting senior citizens with their Social Security." Now, Trump's plan to help save Social Security involves tapping America's oil supply in a similar way that Saudi Arabia does. He said, quote, "It will take care of everything." Now, Saudi Arabia is the largest exporter of petroleum and made over $202 billion in oil exports in 2021. According to the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, oil revenue helped start Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which is being used to invest in companies and industries outside of oil in the hopes of diversifying the economy. He went on to say, quote, "We have more oil than gas that they do. We can be rich again." So basically, Trump's plan is to drill for oil in areas in Alaska and to use that funding to throw into the Social Security Trust Fund to keep the program solvent, keep paying out 100% of the benefits. That way we don't have to raise the retirement age. That way we don't have to cut benefits for everyone. That it's going to be completely safe. Now, he also mentioned before he's not going to cut a single penny from Social Security and Medicare. Instead, he's going to look at other areas where we can cut waste, fraud, and everything else. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below about Trump's plan. Do you think we should continue digging for more oil? That way we can export the oil to other countries, then use the money that we obtain from that to throw into the Social Security Trust Fund to continue paying out the full benefits. Now, Nikki Haley, on the other hand, of course, has a completely different plan, and she actually spoke about it just the other day. So we're going to go ahead and watch this clip by Nikki Haley.
The ones we change it for are those like my kids in their 20s coming into the system. We change retirement age to reflect life expectancy for them. We limit benefits on the wealthy. Instead of cost of living increases, we do increases based on inflation. And we expand Medicare Advantage plans, which seniors love, that allow competition and reduce the cost of health care.
Big money.
Okay, so now we are back. We're going to go ahead and talk about what she said. So first off, she said that she's going to be raising the full retirement age. This will be for younger generations. Think people probably in their 20s or 30s, where they might have their full retirement age lifted from, let's say, like 67 to possibly 69 or 70. So first, I want to talk about that. First off, she's saying that life expectancy is increasing. Well, if we look over the past few years, life expectancy is actually decreasing. So if we're going to raise the full retirement age when people are actually living for a shorter period of time rather than a longer period of time, let's hope that course reverses itself. But it doesn't exactly make a whole lot of sense to raise the full retirement age. Plus, she's saying that we should be limiting benefits on the wealthy. That one I actually can agree with. Someone who, is a multi-millionaire or just billions of dollars that has all this money sitting around, they probably don't need a Social Security check of $4,555 per month. That money to them probably isn't all that necessary. So I definitely agree with that. We probably should limit benefits on the wealthy. That would help shore up the trust fund a little bit more. And then she also makes a really weird comment to me. It's just something that it seems like she doesn't really understand how the Social Security program works, where she's saying that instead of cost of living increases, we should do the increases based on inflation. But I mean, that's exactly how they do it right now with the cost of living adjustment. They use the CPIW, which is supposed to be exactly based on inflation, and actually is below what inflation actually is. So I'm not sure if she really understands what the cost of living adjustment is or how that all works, or if she thinks that larger increases than what inflation actually is are given out. But that was kind of a weird comment from her. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you prefer Trump's plan or do you prefer Nikki Haley's plan? Now, in some other news, of course, we're going to be talking about that Social Security increase that I'm sure all of you guys have heard about. Of course, that is the cost of living adjustment. Now, there are two different words thrown out there. There's an increase and there's also a raise. Now, in this case, it's just an increase because it's from the cost of living adjustment. So you're just keeping up with inflation. It's an increase, not a raise. A raise would be something if it was more than inflation. So if, let's say, for instance, inflation was 3%, but you're going to be getting an increase of 10%, that would be a raise of 7%. But in this case, it's just an increase. Sure, you're going to be getting more money in your Social Security check every single month. That's great and all, but that extra money is only going to be worth as much to buy the same goods and services that you've been buying all year long in 2023. So all we're doing here is really keeping up with inflation because our dollar bills are worth less and less each and every year. So we're just keeping up with inflation. Now, we've heard about this news since the middle of October where this increase was going to happen, but yet in November, you didn't receive any type of increase in your check. So you're thinking like, what's going on here? Why am I not receiving an increase? This month, you're also not going to be receiving an increase either. So you might be thinking like, what is this, fake news or something? Why am I not receiving my increase? Well, right now, we're actually going to be going over the dates in which you can expect to receive your first increase. For once again, the checks are going to be right around 3.2% higher. Of course, we're going to have like things like Medicare Part B premiums decrease from that amount. So you have to keep that in mind as well. But you can look at the payment schedule up there on the screen. So once again, for the month of December, everyone receiving Social Security, retirement, and SSDI benefits, this month in December, you're going to be receiving what you have been all year long. Now for SSI beneficiaries, you're actually going to be receiving two payments this month in December. You're going to be receiving, you already received one payment in December back on the 1st. So your first payment was whatever you have been all year long. Since February, but then you're also going to be receiving another payment on December 29th. Now your payment on Friday, December 29th is going to be a little bit larger than what you received on the 1st of the month. That's actually going to be your 2024 cost of living adjustment. So once again, that's going to be right around 3.2% higher. Now for everyone else, whether you receive Social Security retirement benefits or SSDI benefits, your payment is going to be on the following date. Now you can see the payment schedule up on the screen, so just follow along here. So once again, it's going to be on January 3rd, we're going to have some payments going out to those who received Social Security before May of 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, that's when you're going to receive your payment. Then on January 10th, we're going to have some more payments going out to those with birthdays falling between the 1st and 10th of any given month. And then if you're born between the 11th and 20th of any given month, your payment is going to go out on January 17th. And then finally, the following Wednesday on January 24th, those payments are going to go to those with birthdays falling between the 21st and 31st of any given month. So if you're looking out for that increase and you're wondering when that's finally going to come, being that you did not receive it in November and you're also not going to receive it in December unless you're receiving SSI, these are the dates. It's going to be January next year. That's when you're going to start receiving your increase. So that's all we have for today's video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found it helpful. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.